Hey, lead heads. Welcome back to another episode of the Talking Lead Podcast. I'm your host, Lefty. 10 years of educating the uneducated here on the Talking Lead Podcast. And we do that.
It cracks me up.
What's that?
It cracks me up every time.
I've got to get a shirt that says that. That's one of my goals this year, is to put that on a t-shirt or a patch or both. The voice that you hear is one of the reasons that we have the longevity of 10 years, because I'm not the experts. I bring the experts to you, the Leadhead Brigade. Joining me today, we have our good friend and longtime Leadhead, Chad Enos with KelTec. Chad, welcome in.
What's up, everybody? What's up?
So you and I and the whole crew there, Matt and the KelTec crew, just got back from SHOT Show 2023, Las Vegas.
And it was a good one.
It was, and I didn't make it to last year's, but from what I've heard people talk about last year to this year, it was a world of difference.
Night and day.
So I think it was a true testament that people are done and over with COVID.
It's true. I mean, we were done and over with COVID last year, but the people that put on SHOT Show were being kind of sticklers about it, which drove a lot of people off. So they didn't, the crowd that showed up this year would have showed up last year, but they didn't want to have to wear masks, and then I don't know, all the vaccine mandates and whatever. I mean, not that NSSF had vaccination mandates, but a lot of
like the
Las
hotels
Vegas
and the event venues.
Yeah.
It's beyond their
so
control.
The stuff, right? Yeah, exactly. The things surrounding SHOT Show there's just a lot of restrictions that people didn't want to have to deal with. So yeah, lo and behold, they take those restrictions away, and everyone shows up.
Look,
interesting.
Look what happens. Money exchanges hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody's revenue streams start back. It's crazy how that works. But we're going to talk about that. That's going to be the focus of this show. We're going to kick off all the awesome interviews that we had at the official Lequarters at KelTec's booth. 11238. I still remember the number. That's like nice. Forever ingrained in my brain. I'm going to try to play those numbers in the lottery somehow.
You said it 1,000 times, I'm sure, during the week.
Oh, yeah, we certainly did. But it paid off because we had tons and tons of people come by. So for you leadheads that were there, if I didn't get an opportunity to say hi or see you, I apologize. You should have just come up to the window and stuck your face up to it like everybody else did. Or flipped me off or whatever.
Tell the leadheads how many interviews you have recorded.
So we have, for the podcast itself, we have over 30 interviews that we're going to be bringing you guys, and then you add all the live interviews that we did on top of those. I mean, it was well over 50, 60 in total.
You were busy, nonstop.
Busy, and you know what, Chad? This is the first year that I didn't lose my voice. My voice
Me too.
Stayed true the entire week, which I was amazed.
Yeah. I mean, the KelTec booth has not only healing powers, but it has the power to keep those things away all together. And
I think maybe the fact of cooler heads prevailing and not staying out till 3 or 4 in the morning every night, too, kind of played into that.
This is true. We only saw each other during the day. It's probably had a lot to do with it.
All right. So that was good. But just a little reminder, we did do several live videos and recorded videos of people that were there and products and things. So make sure you're checking our social media. Make sure you're checking KelTec social media, because all those were posted up. And then we've got a lot still that we haven't posted, so more to come. So be checking the social medias on the regular, because you never know what you're going to see on there.
Man, at one point I came back to the booth, and I'd gone out for a meeting, and I came back, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, every celebrity in the gun industry is in our booth right now, and they're all waiting to get on they're either waiting to get on your show, or they're looking at the 410. I'm serious. Like,
I think that had a lot to do with it. Is you guys releasing the KSG410 at SHOT Show? For those who didn't pay attention to our social media, KelTec had 2 awesome new offerings there in their booth, and the KSG410 pump bullpup shotgun, the world's first, was introduced. And if you're familiar with their P50, that 5.7 by 28 millimeter pistol that they put out a couple of years ago, they have modified and enhanced it to a rifle. So you got the R50 now with the 16-inch barrel and the ambi collapsible folder. It's not collapsible, it's folding, the folding stock on that, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Very
it's a
minimal.
fun gun.
Minimal too. It doesn't add a lot of weight, but it does add to the functionality of it, definitely.
And I think it adds to the aesthetic too. I think it's just a cool looking gun.
It is. It really is. I really like the P50, the pistol itself. Of course, everybody was asking, can we put a brace on it? Can we, which they could. There was a ability to do that. But I really like the technology that you guys put into this folding stock that you have on it. It's very minimal. It reminds me of kind of like an Eastern Bloc, like an AK, wire buttstock, wire folding buttstock.
Yeah, and I love how you said brace under your breath. I don't know if you did that on purpose.
I did.
That's pretty funny.
I did say it under my breath because everyone's aware of the ATF's new ruling that came out about the pistol braces, and we were hoping to get one of those companies on to talk about it at SHOT, but I think they were all kind of under their breath too because it's still not 100% clear on the pistol braces. The legality and all that.
Yeah, has it ever been 100% clear? Do you remember the whole if you shoulder it, you're committing a felony thing? I mean, how that ran rampant, and everybody somebody decided to go back and read it, and they're like, it doesn't say it's illegal whatsoever. So, and I think it was the first person I remember doing is Eric from IB 8088. Yeah, he's like, yeah, look at the the way they wrote it. You can shoulder your brace, it's fine.
Well, one thing that I'm not going to do is take advice from a gun guy, a gun YouTuber or podcaster, unless they're an attorney of some sort. But I know that he's very well read, but everybody should check your own local laws and do it at your own risk to begin with. But what they're saying now is that I guess on how you use it, again, interpretation, they have to be registered as SBRs.
But here's the thing: interpretation of what?
A rule. It's not a law. It's a rule.
Exactly. Until Congress votes on this, it's not a law.
Yeah, so, do you want to be that first person that sets the precedents in the law?
Well, if it's not a law, I mean, you're protected by a court. I mean, you can't. If it's not a law, then you can't break it. Correct? I mean,
well, SBRs are a law, right? The NFA, that's a law.
They're not against the law.
Short barrel. SBRs are not, but you have to go through a certain process.
Right. But what's the process? What's the process for a brace?
Well, they're saying it's the same as a stocked SBR.
But is it? Is everyone running out and going? Like, if you went to a gun shop right now and said, "Hey, I need to register my brace," they're going to be how? There's no.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's nothing for them to do. There's no structure for that. Like,
yeah. So, and especially for all these home built ones too. What's the classifications for those? I don't know, man. That's the thing. They've created more problems than I think it's going to be worth, and hopefully they're going to see that, and then they're just going to revert back to that. They're fine.
Well, the states are going to eventually have to fight it and kick it back anyway. So.
Well, I'm hearing that a lot of the local police departments aren't going to enforce it, and they're not going to enforce a assault weapons ban if it gets passed.
Right. Well, I can't speak for my sheriff, but I will speak for my sheriff. There is no way he's going to enforce that. In fact, if it were up to my sheriff, there'd be no NFA whatsoever.
Yeah.
In fact, there'd probably be no ATF whatsoever.
And I think what the ATF's going to do is just, like shooting fish in a barrel, is they're going to go after influencers and social media people that blatantly, get on their channels and flaunt, whatever it is. And those are going to be the first targets. That's my prediction. Yeah,
well, I'm hoping that most of those people have, like you said, good attorneys. Yeah, that actually know the law. And so if they go on there to flaunt it, they better have something to back it up, right? So if it's not illegal, flaunt it. Go for it, because it's not illegal.
I vote for Tim at Military Arms Channel and somebody like that to do it first.
Yeah, well, you know he would.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's pretty on top of all that stuff, and Eric too.
Yeah,
and there's others. There's others that are also on top of that, and they're they're talking to their attorneys to see what they can do. Because they don't want to send themselves to jail. Let's be real.
No, and I don't want them to go to jail. Don't misunderstand me, leadheads. I mean, I'm not saying that I want them to do it because I want them because I know that they would be strong advocates in stating our case for us.
Absolutely, and if I have absolutely no problem with them throwing that in the ATF's face, because what was the ATF even doing at SHOT Show? What? Why were they there?
Were they really there?
Oh yeah. Dana Lash, she went and pretty vigorously interviewed them, and hopefully we'll be able to find out what came of that.
Oh wow! I did not know that.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's why I wanted to try to get her on the podcast so that she can fill us in on what their answers were. But I can.
That would be awesome.
I can basically tell you what they said, and they each had. Their representatives had talking points, bullet points that they couldn't get past. That was it.
Yeah.
Once they ran out of answers, with their bullet points, they just had to put their hands in there and go, I don't know.
Yeah.
So
we'll get back to you on that. We'll get back to you on that.
Yeah.
That's interesting that the ATF was there. Did NSSF invite them there, or did they pay to have a booth there?
No idea, but they had a booth there. Yeah.
They did. Okay.
Yeah, they had a booth, and from what I could see from the pictures, about 8 representatives, maybe.
Yeah.
6 to 8 of them. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I wish I'd have known that. I would have invited them to be on the podcast.
Not in our booth.
Not in your booth, huh?
No, somebody else can host them, but we're not going to.
I got you.
I want answers, but I have no interest in them coming to our booth. They have no business being at SHOT Show, period. So.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Maybe it was to do just that, is to address questions that people had about the knee brace. I don't know.
Well, that's exactly what Dana thought, and she's like, I understand them coming and showing face and trying to quote build a relationship with the quote gun community or whatever, but she went over there to dig a little deeper than that, and she was very polite about it. But she basically came away from there with 0 answers to any questions that she asked.
Not surprised.
So why were they there if they weren't going to answer questions?
Maybe intimidation?
See, that's like us showing up at SHOT Show with the KSG410, and then a customer will walk up and ask me questions about the 410, and I just shrug my shoulders and go, I have no idea what that thing is.
Yeah, exactly.
Doesn't make sense, right? What would I be doing there?
I don't know. That would be interesting to get Dana on and find her, reveal her findings. I'm sure she's going to do it on her show, so you guys could listen to her show too.
Absolutely, but she came up to the booth on Friday at the end of the day, and she's like, she turned to Kristen, she goes, "Why didn't we do the podcast talking about talking lead?"
I said the same thing.
I know. I walked in and I go, "Dana just said this," and you put your hands in it, and he goes, "Why wasn't she on the podcast?" Like, I have no idea. Like,
I would have booted whoever was in there off to get her on.
Yeah,
I said, "Hey, that's a wrap. Get out."
Yeah. Well, now that I know that she's interested, then we'll see if she wants to come on and like I said, kind of give us a little information about that ATF deal.
Well, let's talk about cool things. Let's talk about the activity that was going on there at the KelTec booth, and then people like to live vicariously through us that don't get to attend. So let's kind of talk a little bit, and then what we're going to do is I've got a couple of interviews after Chad and I get done talking here, where you introduced the 410, the KSG410 with hammer.
We did,
and the R50.
So let me just start by saying this. We started off with the only negative thing about SHOT Show this year, and that was that ATF deal. So now we'll talk about all the positive stuff that happened, which was perfect, which completely overshadowed that by far.
Yeah. So attendance was really good, in my opinion, in the 10 years of going to SHOT Show. Probably not the heaviest attended, but it was a very well attended SHOT Show.
If I were going to say, I would say it was almost the perfect attendance, because we were able to breathe, and yet we got to see all of our friends, and we got to see a lot of new products and and there was a lot of people that came by the booth and were interested in the products that we had to offer, and we were able to actually talk to people one-on-one, and it was a constant flow of that. So that's perfect to me, as opposed to being completely bombarded, and then you don't get to address everyone's questions all the time, and you don't get to see all of your all of your friends and stuff. Let's be honest, that's part of the reason we go to SHOT Show, is to get face to face with each other, especially our vendors and whatnot. So I thought it was just a perfect attendance.
Yeah, it felt just right. It was one of those, Three Bears situation. Yeah, Goldilocks and the Three Bears. And this one, to me, seemed that way, too, because a lot of times, everybody's just so busy at SHOT that they can't even come by to do the interviews, and, which makes it really hectic. And they were, everybody was able to come by and even bring their products, because, I like show and tell.
Absolutely. Which
is tough for them to do. And, I got to see a lot of things, because I don't get to walk around the show very much. I try to in the mornings. I try to get there earlier, but usually nobody's there, so I'm just looking at the stuff, so I don't have an opportunity to ask questions or anything. But, yeah, it was really good. I saw a lot of innovation, a lot of new products. People, are getting more comfortable with the market now and where it's headed. And, a lot of these things that they've been holding on to for the last 2 years, we're starting to see them roll out now.
Yeah. So bouncing off of that, what's the coolest thing that you saw besides the stuff in the KelTec booth?
So something outside of the booth that people didn't bring in, there was this non-lethal, 40 millimeter launcher that this company had. I can't remember the name of the company, but I saw them at range day, and we got to shoot it. But they have a handheld pistol version of that also. That was kind of cool. Of course, this isn't going to be available to civilians currently. This is more law enforcement, military type application. But there was talks that, maybe some version of that would be released to the civilian market. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
If they could make, some kind of a lawn dart game out of it, that would be pretty sweet.
I like it. Did you tell them that?
I did. They laughed.
Yeah. They laughed. Yeah. Watch, they'll come out with it.
Yeah. And then there was this other company at range day that they kit out your SUV, your vehicles, with storage solutions.
I saw that.
Yeah. I thought that was really cool too.
I mean, just when you think everyone's thought of everything, companies like that come up with stuff, and you're like, that's amazing.
Yeah, they had one version that was a pull-out, chef's kitchen. It had the stove and, everything that you would need to have a portable, kitchen on your camping trip. It was really, and it just pulled out of a drawer. Boom, 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 just like that. Instead of you having to, carry all this stuff separately. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat to look inside some of those vehicles, and when they're buttoned up, they just look like a normal normal vehicle. But then you start opening drawers, and you're like you said, you open a drawer and oh, there's a full-on kitchen right here.
Yeah, it's like a full-on sous chef kitchen. It was pretty sweet.
Yeah, then you open another drawer, and oh, here's a full-on safe. Here's an armorer's kit. Everything you possibly want for hunting or whatever.
Yeah, you have your cool mobile armorer's station right there in the back of your vehicle. So,
yeah.
If you're on a week hunt, 2-week hunt, you got a stove, you got your armor's workshop and everything just right there at the pull of a drawer. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. Could live in some of those things. There's no reason to go home.
No. Some other things that I saw, and I know you didn't get a chance to walk around a lot at range day because it was busy. Range day was really busy, and it was windy. We had to deal with the weather, windy and rainy.
Yeah, I think that was the most consistently busy range day we've had yet to date. We were slammed. Yeah.
There were a couple of suppressor companies that impressed me with, and I shot some 22s out there. It was just, you didn't even know that you were shooting the firearm until you heard the round hit the metal target. Oh. They were that quiet. Wow. You're like, did I pull the trigger? Did
this thing fire?
Did it chamber? Yeah, they were that quiet. Huxworks was one of those. I think they're formerly OSS suppressors. They're called Huxworks now. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. And what was the other one at range day? I really wanted to shoot the 410, but you guys didn't have it ready for the range day. But We did get to shoot the R50. That was really
nice.
nice.
The R50 had a Silencer Central Banshee on it, I think.
The Banshee?
Model.
Yeah. The Banshee.
Yeah. Man, those things are quiet.
Yeah, and that 5.7 round suppressed is just super quiet too.
Yeah. I was really impressed with their suppressors when we were up there at Gunfest in Sturgis for the rally, and I'd never even heard of them before.
Yeah.
And they threw some cans on our guns, and I was really taken when they put a 22 a Banshee on the CMR 30, and right away just how quiet it was. I'm like, dang, I really like these things. So I went over there and asked her if our buddy Tori over there, she threw a 5.56 can on the RDB and a couple other their Banshees on some of the 22s, and I was really impressed with them. So they sent us some cans specifically for Media Day. We put them on. We ran the crap out of them, man. They held up great. They didn't spin off at all, and
I didn't get to shoot as much from your booth as I wanted to because you guys were just slam jammed the whole time. And of course, I didn't want to cut into other people's opportunities. For
the first time at Media Day, we ran out of one of our ammos, and then everything else was down to like the very last layer in the box.
Oh wow!
So we shot all of our ammo out there, which we never do. We're usually sending back quite a bit of ammo.
Yeah, you shot your load.
Yeah, so people out there at the KelTec booth were obviously having a pretty good time, and I imagine every other booth was the same way.
Yeah, and then Karen Butler was Shoot Like a Girl, had her mobile shooting trailers out there. She's got them like for a mobile display of firearms that they travel around the country, specifically for women, but it's not just for women, that come to their booth and they learn about firearms, and they had the opportunity to shoot them there on their trailers. She had, in addition to that, she's got another trailer that she added to it. She's got like 3 trailers now, and I got to see that whole outfit, which it's very impressive. Just talking about it on the show didn't do it justice. So that's
cool.
That was probably one of the most impressive single setup, mobile range setups that I'd ever seen.
I saw that, but I didn't know what it was. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. Yeah.
So that was
good looking.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. But there's some other things too that as we get into these episodes, I'm going to try to do like a pre-show introduction to each of the episodes and get different people on and kind of go through their experiences that they had post-shot. And then in the booth itself, one of the most impressive things that I saw that came to the booth was, and he's on this interview. You guys are going to hear him talk about it here, so I don't want to talk too much about it now. But Jeremy with Black Collar Arms came by, and he's got 2 new products that are really cool. One is a grip for your AR, and then the other is this adapter that he's developed for you musicians out there like you, Chad. And I'm sorry you didn't get to see this because I wanted you to see it. He's got an adapter to where you can take your guitar sling and put it on your rifle now. Oh,
nice. That's cool. I'm waiting for a company to come out with guitar strap slings.
Well, they have those. I mean, they're pretty much the same.
Right, but like a custom sling where you can get like your name embroidered and all that. So, how like a lot of rock stars have really cool guitar straps. Like,
so now you just use your guitar strap. Go to the guitar strap company, have one made, and you can put it on your rifle.
There you go.
Use this adapter. But yeah, so we've got Jeremy on this episode. You guys are going to hear more about that here in just a little bit. IWI has a new rifle out, the Carmel, but they call it the Carmel.
That thing was awesome.
Was that not cool? Fully ambi. It's kind of their answer to the not the Scar, but what's that other one?
I thought it looked like a Scar.
Yeah, kind of like a Scar. Yeah.
The way the charging handle switches from side to side that blew my mind.
Just a pop of the hand, and you can go from left side to right side on the charging handle.
Hey, push it over. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's coming up in another episode. We have Tom from IWI is going to talk about that. Buck Knives released the new Buckmaster, which we've been talking about for a few years now. So their Buckmaster Dive Master Pro, I think is what they're calling it. Released. We had CJ Buck. We had Rich Newman who was kind of behind the whole project. He's kind of the ringleader and pushing it and getting it through. So you got to see that though, didn't you? You got to see the Dive Master Pro.
Oh yeah, that's another innovative. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about it, but that thing is awesome.
Yeah. So
I don't want to give it.
That was released. We got an episode for that. That's coming up in a later episode. Oh, what about things that came to the booth that you saw that you really were like, hey, that's kind of cool?
Well, you stole it. It was that rifle. What was that called again?
The Carmel?
Yeah, that thing was impressive. I really like that. And then the knife.
Yeah, the knife was cool.
And then
this little thing, which we don't know the company who makes it, but just a simple little spring-operated takedown pin tool.
Yeah, if you're listening, tell us who you are.
Yeah. I don't know who dropped this off at the booth, but it's really cool, and thank you. I will get a lot of use out of that, no doubt. Oh, Mission First Tactical released their new retentionless or strapless, I don't know what they call it, but it's a magnetic retention holster.
Oh, sweet.
So they released that, which they kept that a secret even from me. I didn't know they were releasing that either, but they released it at SHOT Show. So instead of locks or anything, holding your pistols in your holster, it's a magnet. So they got a guide rod that goes through the barrel, and then the magnet attaches to the end of the barrel, so it's built into the holster. And it's like 12 pounds of retention force that it has on it, which they came up with 12 pounds because of law enforcement, military, I guess, specs. I'm not sure how they did that.
I'm sure they did their testing on that to find out what they needed.
Yeah, so no more tension screws and, those little buffers that you put in between the screws, finding those in your bag or laying around the range. All those screws are gone now, so you don't have to worry about those.
Wow.
So that was cool, and they've got a new belly band holster too. That's really cool. Again, another episode we're gonna talk about those. But just lots and lots of stuff, man. There's so much, and as I sit here, I'm probably going to think of even more. But we've got lots of episodes.
As soon as this episode's over, you'll think of everything that you wanted to say just now.
Well, there's stuff that you'll start talking about too that remind me, like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. There's just so many things and so many cool people and organizations that were there. I got to make some new friends. We even had Black Rambo on the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a cool episode. We had Amber. I don't know if you guys have ever watched, what's that, Alone and Naked or Naked and Afraid?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't seen it.
Naked and Afraid. Amber, she's been on like 6 or 7 episodes of that.
It's like a survival show, right?
Except you're naked. It's like Fear Factor meets that survival show. What's it called? The Prost guy who hosts it.
Survivor,
yeah. It's like Fear Factor meets Survivor. You're naked and you're out and I guess you're alone and you're just surviving naked at these inhospitable places where the mosquitoes and alligators are eating you up and you got to worry about your privates dangling, I guess. I don't know why they do it naked. But she was on and she's super cool. She's a former, served in the Army. We had her. We had the host of The Ultimate Shooter, our good friend and Leadhead that you guys know, Evan got to go to SHOT Show, and he was my media guy, camera guy, and he did an awesome job. But
dude, can I tell you, everybody that I talked to were commenting about him behind his back and talking about how awesome he was and how nice he was. He was the real deal.
Super nice kid. Yes, absolutely.
Good dude.
And we're going to have him on and get his take on SHOT since it was his very first shot. So we'll have him on one of these pre-shows. But Mark, the host of The Ultimate Shooter, we had him on, who hosts with Kobe Donaldson. He was super good dude, and we had Ton Jones on with all 3 of them, and it was probably like open mic night. Any of the best comedy stores would have been thrilled to have all 3 of these guys. So that was a great show. And then, of course, like I said, with the Black Rambo, we had Jeff Hornsby, Black Rambo. We had Choppa, and Who else was on that one? Did Ton join us for that one too?
That whole room was full.
U.S. Arms, the guy from U.S. Arms. Yeah, it was crazy. So
that's when I came back to the booth, and I was telling you, like, I walked in the booth, and the whole booth was full of, like, industry celebrities.
That's when Dana was there. So Dana was there. We had Black Rambo. We had Hornsby. We had Choppa. And it was just a madhouse.
Yeah, and everyone's favorite gun uncle, Hickok, was there.
Yeah. Yep. Hickok 45 swung by.
Yeah.
He's one of the people who made the faces at me through the studio booth. Talk about the studio that we had set up for the podcast, man. That was awesome. Yeah,
so when we were when Matt was designing the new booth, this was 2 years ago, Matt? 3? The new booth? It's been 3 years now? Yeah, it's been 2 or 3 years. We can't remember because they all bleed together. But and then the COVID year, so everyone loses a year. So
yeah.
Anyway, the new booth design, and in that design, we wanted like our own little kind of media studio for pictures and stuff, especially for a lot of the YouTubers would come around and they want to do an interview and whatever. But I kid you not, I'd be standing there literally doing an interview in front of a camera, and someone would take the gun out of my hands that I was showing to the camera. So that would happen, and then people stand right in front of the camera, so or they'll come up to you and just start asking you questions while you're literally talking into a microphone, and just situational awareness kind of goes out the window at trade shows like that, right? And it's not just SHOT. A lot of trade shows are that way, but so we wanted our own little area where we could sort of have, and I'm using air quotes, privacy to do that. But we made the walls, 2 of the walls, plexiglass, so you could actually see in there, and you could see who was being interviewed. Just kind of cool, like a little fishbowl, right?
Yeah.
And you're the first person to really utilize that in the way that we imagined it. So I thought that was pretty neat.
Cool.
You could walk by and you could see the Talking Lead podcast happening right there, and right in the front of the booth, and your own little glass fishbowl.
Yeah, because normally, we're just out in the open, and people will walk up, and I'm not going to say they interrupt, but it's kind of like you said, it's a distraction, and to have it enclosed like that, people can still see it and interact, but then we can still carry on and keep focus on our interviews. So it was perfect.
It's also a booth attraction, so like anytime you put people in front of microphones and you throw up some cameras and stuff, it automatically attracts people. They want to see what's going on, what's happening. And then
what's this hotness about?
And of course, yeah, exactly. And all the all the celebrities in the industry, and you always invite them over, so people walk by and like, oh my gosh, there's Black Rambo, there's whoever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're in the KelTec booth, having a good time, and of course, you do your due diligence by promoting our products and stuff with these people, and like completely like random celebrities are holding our guns and talking about them, talking about how awesome they are. That's just, we love it.
Yeah,
we love
and it was great because I had the opportunity to have those new ones in the booth while I did the interviews, and just actually hand them to people, out of the blue, and just get their initial reactions on it. And
yeah, exactly. And I love that. And a lot of people they're really honest about it, and most people were surprised. Like, I remember a couple of people, you handed it to them, they're like, this is like a miniature KSG. And you're like, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Well, I remember like, this is the KS7. They're like, no, this is not the KS7. Look again.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, that too.
So it was funny to get everybody's like just first initial reaction. And we've got a lot of those captured too throughout the interviews that you guys are going to hear. It was fun. And I think this is probably going to be really enjoyable to you leadheads. I know it will be. You guys are going to love these interviews, and it's going to be in addition to our regular show. So I'm going to be peppering the regular show with these interviews. I know you want to hear them all at once, but it's just so much content for me to edit that I'm going to do my best to drop at least 2 a week until we get them all released. So be listening, be watching. You're going to probably get more notices than normal from me. Don't get upset over that. Just know that it's coming, but it's good content. And, I'm going to try to make them like an hour each or so, somewhere around there. Keep them, containable, quick, enjoyable, and then you guys can move on to the next one.
I like it.
But yeah, I mean, it was overall great show. Really appreciate KelTec giving us the opportunity to bring this to you lead heads. So when you get the opportunity, make sure you go to their social medias, shoot them an email. You know, they love to hear from you lead heads too. If you've got, you know, thoughts, suggestions, or just show your appreciation for them sponsoring and supporting the show over these 10 years. And, you know, hopefully we can get 10 more. I don't know if my voice will last that long, but we'll see
20 more.
20 more. You know, I'll be in my 70s in 20 more years. I'm an old man already, man.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
But my gray isn't as bad as yours.
Oh no, this is silver, bro. This isn't gray.
The silver fox. Oh, speaking of the silver fox, we had Keith Garcia on also. So that was good. That was good.
I'm pretty excited to go take one of his classes or spend a weekend out there.
Yeah, doing some training with him. He's retired from the SWAT. He's out there in, was it Arizona or California? He's out in California, I believe.
He's in California, yeah.
Yeah.
But the dude is legit. I mean, for any of you that don't know, go look up Keith Garcia. Just look up Keith Garcia 3-gun, I guess.
Yeah.
And
it's him on the grams.
Watch him.
Yeah, he was one of the consultants they used for the John Wick to train Keanu and the people.
Correct. Yep.
So he is absolutely legit. So Leadheads, I want you to enjoy these episodes. Give me some feedback. If there is maybe a company that we didn't interview that you wanted to hear from, let me know, and we'll try to get them on some future episodes. Just a little heads up, though, our next episode is going to be with the author Stephen Hunter. And you guys know Stephen Hunter. He's the author of Point of Impact, the Bob Lee Swagger novels, the movie The Shooter, or Shooter. I don't think it's called The Shooter. It's just Shooter. The one that had Mark Wahlberg in it several years ago. He is the author of those novels. So we've got him on. He's got a new book being released as we speak, and we're going to have him on and talk about it. So, Chad, any parting words for the Leadhead Brigade?
No, just thank you all for tuning in, you know, and supporting, you know, the podcast for so long and supporting you for so long. I think it's awesome, and I like that it's just continuing to grow. So tell all your friends about it. You know, if you're enjoying the podcast, you know, tell people about it.
Tell a buddy, bring a friend, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, spread those messages out and spread that legication out.
There you go.
Participate.
Don't be what?
Yeah, don't be selfish with your new legication.
Just spread the love. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, guys, here are the interviews, the kickoff interview for the 2023 SHOT Show, brought to you by KelTec.
Oliver is a personal protection and security specialist. He cut his teeth as a United States Marine before leaving the Corps to provide private contract work for agencies outside the military. In private security work, he's always looking for the upper hand and unexpected advantage. KelTec's P50 provides all of that and then some. This innovative pistol chambered in 5.7 has a 50-round magazine capacity in its semi-automatic platform. Its small caliber, high-velocity ammunition is a great personal protection round and is even used by law enforcement agencies and the Secret Service. Oliver likes that the P50 has an AR-like charging handle and that it can be slung for access and shooting stability. The P50 comes fitted with a threaded barrel if he wants to add a suppressor, and the upper and lower Picatinny rails let him accessorize it with lights and optics. This pistol, it redefines cool. Innovation, performance, KelTec.
Chewing lead. This is chewing lead. I think we're good on levels. I think it's going to work. All right, lead heads. We are back with the Talking Lead podcast, the special SHOT Show 2023.
I did that
2023.
every time at the range yesterday.
Did you? 2023?
Could not say it.
Tweety Bird. SHOT Show at the official Lequarters here at KelTec, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey. Jackpot.
Woohoo! Kind of a slow start. I think the doors are open, aren't they?
They are.
Where's the crowd?
They didn't announce it was open, and they didn't play the national anthem this year.
Did they not?
No, I was like, what the heck?
They normally do that over the loudspeaker, don't they?
No, there's some motorcade of Scooty Puff old men came through, and I was like, well, I guess the show's open.
I don't know. Maybe we should just do our own
Some
tomorrow.
Cart kickers.
We'll kick it open tomorrow. They did at the range, though. They did the national anthem
and Pledge of Allegiance.
and the Pledge of Allegiance. Yeah,
America.
So, America. Maybe they figure that just covered here too. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. So joining me, Leadheads, if you don't recognize the voice, it's none other than Chad Enos.
Hey.
Chad P. Enos.
I think the last time you were on was our Sturgis episode, wasn't it?
Yep.
The old infamous Sturgis trip.
No, we did one after that.
Did we do one after that?
Yeah.
I don't think we
just
did.
recently. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that about? What was that about?
I don't remember.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Leadheads, tell
Oh, it
us.
was the giveaway. The giveaway.
Oh, the giveaway. Yeah,
Yeah.
the big
The 10-year giveaway.
10-year giveaway.
Yeah.
I'm fried after that giveaway. Man, that thing wore me out.
Yeah.
$10,000 in prizes.
Shiitake.
It's a lot of stuff to manage.
6 winners. And I think as of today, only one has contacted me.
Lovely.
The guy with the sub 2000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one in 1 year package.
It's already on the way out.
Ryan, I believe. He is
Ryan
a
R.
He is a or R, yeah.
Ryan
He's
R.
a dedicated leadhead. He's a
Yeah, he's a good guy too. I've been
He's a good
talking to
fella.
him. Yep. Yeah, he should be all
So
set.
also joining us, and is this your first time on, or have you been on before?
I think I've been on one other time.
Been a while though.
Been a minute.
Been a while. So we've got Hammer joining
Hey.
us. You want to go by Hammer, or you want to go by the other name?
Sometimes Fat Hampton,
Fat Hampton's a good one.
Hamster Storm.
That's a great one.
The Hamster Storm.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it picked up earlier. We were testing our mics, and he told this hellacious story about his bath time last night.
Testicles.
I don't.
My floating testicles in a butt tube.
So it's the shit you get at SHOT Show
That's every
Yeah.
day.
Literally.
every day. Yeah.
I can play audio.
So we're gonna have a
That's-
lot of good interviews
They
this
got some
week.
real good
And I
audio.
wanted to kick it off with our buddies here at KelTec because they've got some big news that they're dropping. We did a live. If you guys are listening to this, you probably saw it or you didn't. But you can go to the Instagram. We did a nice live with Chad unveiling the new offerings for 2023
It's
from
actually,
KelTec.
it's kind of small news. Smaller, shrunk down.
But it's big because people are really going to want this and love
But
it.
it's small.
But it's small.
Like Hammer in the bathtub.
It's not as small as the P32.
Not quite.
Not quite. So Hammer, you wanna unleash the news to the leadheads here?
As they say.
Leadhead
in the
Brigade
movies.
exclusive.
Yeah.
Hey, that just scared half our listeners off right there when you did that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, unveiling this year at SHOT 2023 is our new KSG410.
The 410, love it.
Yeah, pretty much same thing that you've been used to, all the same controls and everything else, but in a much smaller package.
Like hammers.
Like mine.
Like his testicles.
My Roman name.
So how did this come about? How did you guys come up with the idea of doing a double tube 410 KSG?
I'll tell you exactly why we came
I'll
up
tell
with
you
this.
exactly.
We left it in the dryer too long.
No.
You ran out of plastic?
Every year since the KSG's been out at SHOT Show, every single year, everyone asks us, when are you going to do it in 410?
Really?
They've all wanted the 410 since the very beginning.
Yep.
The
Yeah,
410.
so- yeah, we, after several insane political landscapes later, when everything went crazy and we had no R&D time, everything sort of calmed down and we were able to get back to developing some of these ideas that everybody's wanted. And this is one of them. So this is the first one. And then around that, the other half of our engineering department was working on P50 and other fun stuff like that. But this is one of the guns that we specifically built for end users because they requested it so much.
Nice.
Yeah.
And it is, if you guys are familiar with the KSG, it's like KSG's little brother,
Yeah. Yeah.
little baby brother.
Yep.
It's
super lightweight. Well, you know the weight? You know how much it weighs? Super lightweight.
somewhere less than whatever you think it is.
Yeah. Than what you would think it would be. Even fully loaded with how many rounds of 410 can you get in there?
It's 7 plus 1 or 6 6 and 1, just like the KSG. And it's what?
5.5, one with the 3-inch. They have the longer.
It's chamber for 3-inch. Yeah.
Okay, chamber for the 3-inch.
Yeah, but the 6 and 6 and 1 is because of different. It depends on the load. So 7 and 7, 6 and 6, or 5 and 5, and the 5 and 5 is for the 3-inch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a question we posed when we did our live is, like, they make the little shorty 12 gauge. Do they make a little shorty 410?
I have not seen a Gila 410s, but
Would that not be awesome?
that'd be the bee's knees.
We need to take this over there and talk to them.
Yeah.
Or Federal too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Federal makes.
See who
40s.
wants to be the first to jump on that.
Yeah.
But no, that's really cool. I'm digging that. As we were talking earlier, that's the perfect, survival backpack hiking. You don't have the extra weight there, but you get a shotgun.
That's why I wanted to bring Hammer on, because he's really good at killing stuff, and I want to find out what would you primarily use this for.
I'm super excited for this because duck hunting is one of my big things, and before duck season opens, we have moorhen season, which we commonly refer to as swamp chickens down in Florida.
Yeah.
They look like a black chicken that swims on the swamp, and those we can still shoot with lead shot, unlike the ducks where we have to shoot steel, where it's really hard to find 410 shot in steel, but plenty of lead out there, and it's one of the easiest things to start kids off on hunting is taking them out for like moorhen season. It's like
nice.
We can find them in the boat, run them down, you kill the motor, and they're there and they're ripe for the picking, and they're delicious.
They taste great.
Mm-hmm. We make poppers out of them, but
throw some bacon on there.
Shooting this thing's like shooting a 9mm carbine. Like, it has virtually no recoil, so like it's going to be a lot easier to get for the kids to shoot and everything else. Because before it's like we'll hold the gun, the kids can kind of aim and pull the trigger, but now this is something. It's a small, compact package, easy to shoot.
Bullpup, by the way,
Oh,
for those who aren't familiar with the KSG, this is a Bullpup 410. Is this the first in existence?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. So you made history here.
Yeah.
Congratulations, KelTec.
There's a couple of firsts with this, from what I understand. It's the first pump action 410 bullpup, the first bullpup, and a couple other things. I don't know. Ryan was telling us about it in the meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it comes in colors. You got a variety of colors there now?
Yep, tan and green will be shipping just as well as black.
I'd like to see like an orange one, like a hunting orange. How cool would that be?
Blaze,
yeah.
A lot of times they save the fancy colors for the
special distributor stuff.
Exactly.
Or the bright ones like that, they're for the less lethal stuff, though.
Oh, that's true.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But, there's like a bunch of Cerakote companies out there. Blown Deadline, I mean, that guy will put anything on that for you.
Yeah. I mean, you can, sky's the limit when you get into the custom stuff.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so MSRP on this?
$495. MSRP.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, so it comes in really affordable.
And then you hold it up again. You were talking about how you can the carry handle.
Yep.
And
carry handle comes off, and you can put the KSG pick rail on there. So
nice.
You can throw it.
And you got a high vis optic on it right now.
Yeah. So there's a high vis light pipe in the front. There's a notch in the rear here. So
you can line it up and aim. What kind of range can you expect on this?
I mean, still any of the, just like shooting a 12 gauge, pretty much you're shooting pretty much same standard distances. I'd go out and shoot this thing, shooting clays, no problem.
Yeah.
Shooting slugs and everything, like no problem out to 100 yards or more.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, and we didn't get a chance to shoot it at range day, but you've had experience with it, both you guys. You said the recoil's very minimal on it.
Oh yeah, no, we put
so light.
a couple thousand rounds through them, and like testing just the week prior to this show.
Yeah.
And like, I remember when we were doing the KS7, putting a couple thousand rounds through that, and your shoulder didn't like you very much at the end.
A little bit, yeah.
This thing, it was no problem. They're like, we're dual wielding them like lead farmers. So.
Yeah, I'll be posting some pictures of the aftermath of the range here on our social media.
That would be
soon.
a great bike gun.
Yeah.
Strap that on your bike.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Also, in addition to like the duck hunting and stuff, it's taking it hog hunting because I can put slugs in there. This thing weighs nothing. I can walk through the woods with it all day.
Yeah.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the weight. Oh man, snakes. Take out snakes with this thing.
Yeah, but I like snakes.
Yeah, I don't like snakes so much.
I hate
I'd rather
snakes.
shoot a snake than a hog.
I catch every one of them.
You take them all.
Oh, good cat gun.
What do you do with the snakes when you catch them?
Chase people.
So talk about our trip out to the range yesterday. Remember the signs?
Oh man.
Oh yeah, man.
So as expected, the SHOT Show is meeting with resistance. You got the protesters, and on our way to the Boulder City range, maybe like a half mile before we got there, there was just hundreds and hundreds of these signs.
And then for a mile, there were these signs, like the real estate signs that you stick in the ground,
corrugated plastic with the metal frames. Littering up the side of the roads.
Yeah, this was literally one of the worst environmental nightmares I've seen.
But here's the thing:
you got to paint the picture though, because these things were about maybe 2 feet apart.
Yeah,
and they went for about a mile.
Yeah, they just
on both sides of the road.
Thousands.
Both sides of the road.
Had to been thousands of these things.
Oh, for sure.
I think the Uber girl that kicked me out of the car in Houston had to been helping put them up.
That was a fun story, too.
So what the signs read was, guns kill more children. They're the number one killer of children.
Something along the lines of they're throwing out these fake stats that guns kill more kids than anything else.
Yeah.
Percentage-wise, I don't know what it is. Some bullshit made-up statistic.
Yeah.
But they were littering it.
I'm pretty sure, quote, doctors kill more kids than anything else.
But they're targeting us. Like, they're going to change our minds on this, and, like, we don't know that that's fake.
Right, yeah.
So...
Yeah, we joked around. We were in the
target audience is wrong.
Yeah, we were in the line. We were joking. We were in the line to get into the range, and there's a long line of cars, and a guy kind of backed up and then U-turned and turned out of there. And Hammer goes, "Oh man, the signs got to him. He's leaving the range. He's not even gonna go."
It finally sunk in.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah, I don't know if there's like anybody outside posted up outside the show. I haven't heard any protesters, but there's usually not.
No, that's usually like the NRAM shows.
Yeah, they're probably over at the porn protesting the porn people.
I think that was actually last week this year. They didn't coincide with each other.
Oh,
this
did
year.
it not?
No.
So we got the concrete people here. There's a food, something going on, some kind of food.
I want to go to that.
That's what I was saying. I was
dude.
It'd be like going into Sam's, during lunchtime. They got all those samples set up.
We missed the mom hole convention.
The what?
The mom hole.
What is that?
You know.
the porn convention. It just now got it. So this isn't the only offering. The KSG410.
No.
You also have, and we don't have it in here right now, but we showed it earlier on the live. Is there like some kind of thing we can't bring that in here? Is that what it was? Come on in, Matt.
Can you grab us an R? Yeah, R.
An R. Yeah. We're not going to say what it is yet. It's an R.
R.
Starts with an R.
It's a pirate. It's a pirate gun.
It's a pirate gun, yeah. Are we live right here? Oh, I didn't know you were doing the live. So, cool. Very cool. So, for those who didn't see it earlier, just hold them up the KSG410. Dual tube. It'll hold up to, 15?
Yep.
Max?
And 2 3/4, yep.
If 410 goodness in that bad boy. And then here's the bada-bum.
Ham. Shoulder day yesterday. Is that? There's one of them that... Yeah, one of them is sticky.
You might have fused it. There it is.
R50.
The R50, ladies and gentlemen. They're P50 in a rifle version. So you got the 16-inch barrel, and on this one, you've got a ambidextrous folding stock.
Yep, can fold to either side. You see it has the cutout right here, where most people think it's for your Star Wars grip when you're shooting the P50.
Which it is.
The Star Wars grip.
But now it's for your stock handle to go into.
To go either side.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. So folds up, nice and compact.
Yep.
So you can put that in any kind of little backpack or a good truck gun. Still.
Hammer does not fold up nice and compact.
Zero mobility.
Zero for you. Threaded barrel.
I'm going to enjoy the outdoors and a hover around.
It is half 28. Yep. And we ran it with a can all day yesterday out at Media Day.
Oh, nice.
And it was really fun.
So nice
ran
when
well.
everything's suppressed.
That can was
yeah.
a Banshee. I need to mention that company because they sent us these suppressors and they're freaking amazing.
Silencer Central?
Yeah, Silencer Central.
Okay.
Banshee, yeah.
Yeah, they're the guys who hooked us up at Sturgis.
Yeah. They sent us a 5.56 can, some 9 mils, and then some 22s. And we ran the 22 on that all day for I don't know how many thousands of rounds.
Beautifully.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Very cool. Oh, because we left right when it started raining. Did you guys have to shut down, or did you?
No, we opened back up and we're there the whole time. Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I figured you guys.
The
probably
sky
shut
opened up. The wind got worse.
So I was talking to a guy on the elevator, and he was out on the golf course, and he said he got hail.
Yeah, it hailed.
Started hailing.
Yeah, it did hail a little bit. Yeah, it was the wind.
Tornadoes were in the neighborhood.
The wind was blowing so bad. We had these like ribbon flags, like
Oh yeah.
If you've ever been to an event, you see those ribbon
They were
flags.
touching the ground.
They bent the posts, the poles.
So like permanently.
They were all bent. Yeah.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
It was some strong wind. I mean, it was like, I think I read somewhere up to 70 mile per hour gusts.
Yeah, it was a hurricane out there, pretty much. Yeah.
It was sustained 20 to 30 damn near the whole day. So
Yeah.
At least.
Well,
yeah.
you're good men for sticking it out and staying there. Where I pushed out.
You remember I was throwing rocks in the air and watching them like fly off? Yeah.
we thought we were getting out of there early. The RO was like, "Yeah, I don't see it reopening and this and that." So we started packing everything up, and literally the second we packed up,
Sun
the skies
peeked through.
parted, and there was Big Red peeking back on the range, and
Yeah.
everyone showed
man.
up to shoot again.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah,
wish
yeah.
I'd have stuck around a little bit longer. I didn't get an opportunity to shoot at suppress, and I wanted to do that.
Blew it.
I blew it, but I'm sure we'll have another opportunity. So MSRP on this, on the R50.
They'll be $100 more than the P50. So we just recently dropped the price down.
They will be $20 more.
Oh, well, that's it.
Yep. Yeah, just confirm that with Adrian.
$20 more.
Yeah.
So
Not bad.
Just over 800.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for our live, pop the top on that and show them the
So
P50
charges like an
mag.
AR. Have your thumb breaker right here in the back. Grab the charge handle. Give it a liftiotomy.
liftiotomy.
And then you have your 5.7 mag right there. Holds 50 rounds.
50 rounds of 5.7, baby.
And as there you go. Yeah. Right
Boom.
back in.
Just like that. Very nice. And then how many mags does it come with?
Two.
2 mags. Very good. Very good. So there you go, lead heads. Check it out. Soon to be on their website. I don't think you guys have it up on your website yet.
It's on. It's
coming?
At least it's in the catalog.
Oh,
It's in the
you know
catalog.
what? They're waiting on me. I gotta write it. I gotta write all the copy for it. But
There you go. So
I'll
Chad's going to do that as soon as we get off here.
try to do that today. Yeah, I was gonna do it yesterday, but we were too busy.
But go to your local dealers, ask them for it, have them order it for you. They'll get them in.
Yeah.
The KSG410, which I like. It's simple. I like that. It's
Yeah,
not like
yeah,
a
yeah.
P50 or something you got to.
No.
It's KSG410.
Yeah, that's awesome.
KSG12.
Super fun shoot.
Your K7s have only been out for.
Couple years now.
Yeah.
Has it been 2 years? About 2 years?
Yeah,
Something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, how are those going?
Good.
They going real good for you?
Yeah. And the price point on the KS7 compared to the KSG is just, it's great. You know, it's literally half the price. You take it out of the box. You got a sighting system on it already. You don't have to buy a dot or anything. But
Yeah.
of all the shotguns, the original KSG for me, anyways, is my favorite. I mean, but all of these are great. All these shotguns are great.
I think the 410 is going to be my favorite now.
Me too.
Yeah, because it's so versatile and light. So,
Yeah.
Andre has joined us. Andre,
The Giant.
welcome in.
Hey.
So,
Hello, everybody.
did you get a chance to shoot these yesterday at the range, at the KelTec booth? Check.
Yeah. Actually, yes.
Hop in there.
Yeah.
I'll slide over.
So, give us your end user take on these.
Smooth, accurate, fun to shoot. Fun to shoot. That's important
Yes.
because that's
Absolutely.
one thing that we don't talk about enough. Is the fact that if a gun's not fun to shoot, you won't shoot it, which means you won't get proficient. And if you don't get proficient, it's useless to you.
That's true. But fun is the key.
Yes, fun is
you
the
know?
key.
It's not work. It's not hard to do. Easy to operate.
And when it comes to fun, KelTec is fun because you don't spend a lot of money for it, and you get the chance to play with it quite a bit
That's
and enjoy
right.
it.
That's right. I mean, 410 shells are probably some of the more affordable ones out there.
Oh, they're great. And they're great for home defense, too. And there's a bunch of different kinds of good home defense loads with 410.
Yeah.
So you have that behind your door, and you're in good shape.
Get some slugs.
Yeah.
They got incendiary 410s.
I don't know if they do or not. I don't know if I've seen those.
Another thing we need to take to the
Yep. Federal.
or is it Aquila or Aguila?
I miss the flechette round days.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, the Dragon's Breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That goes back.
Did they get outlawed?
Supernovas.
I believe so.
They outlaw those.
I was just over at another booth. They're coming out with a silencer for shotguns, suppressor for shotguns.
There's
Okay.
actually
There's
a
some
company
out.
that makes
Yep.
one specifically for our shotgun.
Yeah.
That would be Ackless Defense, Joe Mo and the crew.
And that's one thing I want to bring up because, it's one of those perfect things, a perfect mating.
Yeah.
And ever since that one movie, No Country for Old Men, it's like suppressor on a shotgun. Wow.
Yeah.
We said,
I mean,
we want one of
why
those.
not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
That's-
they're the loudest guns out there.
Oh, yeah.
Every year at IV 80, 80, 80, 80, 80, 80,
80, 80, 80.
It was always like
Exponential.
one of my favorite things to shoot was our KSG with the Ackless can on it. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
It's awesome. Shooting slugs with that out on that
And
range just to see
They've
it steal.
had that out for several years.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. That's
Yeah.
great.
And it's cool. I love how it's modular. You can shorten it. You can lengthen it.
Yeah.
It's a quick detach. Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So maybe they'll do one for the 410.
I'm sure he will.
Get
He'll
Joe.
do.
I
Joe will
think-
do anything pretty much we ask him to do.
Do you know if he's here? We need to get him in here.
Let me text him.
Text him for me.
Yeah.
I thought I talked with
Mo.
Zach. You know Zach, don't you? You and Zach would get along good. You're both eggheads and funny as shit. I love it. So, Andre, the show just kicked off, just
Yeah.
started. What are your plans?
Well, I've got to
for the
go
SHOT
around
show?
and talk to guys over in Glock and Taurus, working on a couple of things with Taurus, really good stuff, and just fun, just making sure the industry moves forward. Like KelTec, what's good for KelTec is good for the industry, and we need to go ahead and keep pushing that forward because it's really good. And with KelTec, it's like the everyman type weapon that you can go ahead and you can get it, you can use it, you can have fun with it, and
Yep.
it's not going to break the bank, and it's not going to be
It's
something.
affordable.
It's affordable.
Yeah.
And I love that with KelTec. And it's also my neck of the woods down in Florida.
There you
and,
go.
It's always fun to go down there. And the facility down there is great. And I understand you guys are making another one somewhere?
Yeah, we're opening up a facility in Wyoming also now.
It's
In
already
Wyoming.
Yeah.
Yep.
open. It's already open.
Opened, ready to go.
Yeah.
So
What are you
guys
making
are
there?
spreading out.
Every new product.
Yep.
Yeah. All the new stuff. Yeah.
Really? Any particular reason? You just more? Or
I have no idea.
I know the footprint there in Vero Beach, wherever it was limited. And, you
Cocoa
basically.
Beach.
Yeah, Cocoa
We
Beach.
are, yeah. So our facility over the years if anybody's been following KelTec for the last 20 years, we've grown so fast.
Yeah.
And so we basically just buy whatever property is near our original building, and we've sort of been piecemealing it. So
Tack it on.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're at about 7 buildings now. It's an amazing
Wow.
amount of square footage, but
Yeah. You actually have to cross a bridge to get from one building to another. at one point.
yeah.
I'm
yeah.
jealous you've actually done the tour.
Oh, it's
I haven't
great.
done that yet.
And when I was impressed, they
Come on
actually
down.
do.
I give them tours.
Oh, it's great, and,
Yeah.
and they actually do coatings for the metal. I mean, they actually have a place where they do.
Yeah, we've got our parkerizing and bluing there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then we send for black nitride, we send those out, and Cerakote stuff, we send it out. But it's all
Cut
local
that
stuff.
live off. Yeah. That's gonna like forever. That's gonna run forever. How the gas is on the.
I mean, yesterday I didn't hear one person complain about getting gassed in the face or anything like that while shooting it. I know the RFBs and P17s, you'll eat a little bit in the face off of that, but as far as the P50s and the R50s and all that go, hasn't seemed to be an issue so far.
So I didn't notice
You're-
any gas out of any gun yesterday, but that wind was,
Windy is.
yeah.
So I went to this
Oh,
one
yeah.
company. They used to be OSS. What are they now? Carbon.
Huxworks?
Is it Huxworks?
Oh yeah.
Was it Huxworks?
Yep, I got to go on an Outdad hunt with them last February.
Yeah.
Their suppressors really minimize the
It blows everything out the
back
front.
pressure. Yeah, everything's out the front. So
They
it
are
was,
the bee's knees.
Is
Yeah.
that the one that has carbon fiber? No, that's
It's,
another company.
it's like. No, they're not 3D printed, are they?
No.
That's the other company I'm
Yeah,
thinking of.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's Hux.
Yep.
Yeah,
and
so
those are great because the gases go out front,
Huxworks.
and it's not a situation where you're annoying the people next around you, or if you're doing an entry, you're going to have blasting people next to you.
Yeah.
With gases, which is really annoying.
Oh yeah.
And even just to help with the recoil mitigation too of those things. Like it was one of the nicest ones I shot yet, and like we were out in Well, granted, I'm fat. I hate climbing mountains.
I'm with you, man.
But hooking that thing up there and then shooting, it made it a lot nicer shooting that.
Yeah, I can imagine. So,
What's our booth number?
11238.
238. Got it.
11238.
I
At
had
the
most of it.
KelTec booth. So Andre, are you with a new company now, or who are you writing for these days?
Basically, an independent. So I pick and choose who I want to go to because I like them, or because they're well, I like them and they do something good for the industry.
Yeah.
So I can pick and choose.
Freelancing?
Yep, freelancing and just
Nice.
go ahead and kind of retired. So it's like, what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Andre's one of my longest best friends in this industry.
been great
We
knowing
met
you.
pretty soon after we started the podcast. We've been doing this for 10 years, celebrating our 10 years of talking lead, Andre.
God.
Yeah.
Where did that go?
Wow.
What happened? Oh my
Man.
gosh.
Yeah, and you're still skinny. I hate you.
Oh, well, it's there. I just hide it well. Big clothes, room
Yeah, there you go.
to grow. But yeah, so thanks for stopping by, Andre.
Okay.
We appreciate it. Chad, Hammer, I know you guys got to get back to the floor here.
Spread the gospel.
We'll have
of guns.
them back on as the show progresses throughout the week. There's other things that we need to talk about with KelTec, and we'll get some other personalities on. But
Stay tuned. We've got a whole bunch of awesome guests coming on, man.
coming
Sure.
your way,
Yeah.
so stay tuned. This will probably be the biggest shot ever for interviews. It'll probably take me 3 months to get all these.
If Media Day is any indication, this is going to be a pretty good show.
Yeah.
I agree.
And what better way to kick it off than with announcing exclusively here on the Talking Lead podcast the new KSG410 from KelTec and the R50 Rifle, the
Yep.
5.7 goodness.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right, we'll be back with more from the official Lequarters here at the KelTec booth, 11238.
Terry has an affinity for reliability and function. A former Navy SEAL and Tier 1 operator, he approaches things from a practical performance perspective. Whether he's backpacking in a remote wilderness area or out on an arduous hunt in austere terrain, he's got a go big or go home approach that's tempered with a minimalist mindset. Take what you need and nothing you don't. Terry truly appreciates the KelTec Sub 2000. This 9mm semi-automatic carbine folds in half to tug neatly away in situations where space is a premium. It may be a pistol caliber, but its 16-inch barrel translates to velocity, which translates to power downrange. The rifle features Picatinny rails and M-Lock attachment points, so he can accessorize it the way he needs it for every hour. Innovation, performance, KelTec.
You just tied a little knot in it.
Yeah. I just had a knot on the backside and then it was just stuck in.
I got you.
Lots of options. So for this universal one, we're going to include just like a big section of paracord, but people can do whatever they want. It's just
Sky's the limit.
just has a 1/4-inch hole in it.
Okay.
It's like,
Yeah,
keep it simple.
works. The KISS principle.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah, you go ahead and put that on.
I can do it after.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm recording now, so we're
Okay.
talking. So Leadheads, welcome back. We are at the Day 1 2023 SHOT Show, and it's a good one. A lot of people, a lot of traffic. People start to filter back in, I guess, after a long night last night. A lot of tired and sleepy eyes, looks like. Might have been a few early parties.
It's not good when you see that on the first day.
No, not on the first day, but it's happening. This is Vegas, So, we are at the KelTec booth, ladies and gentlemen. Big thanks to Chad and Matt and Parker and Adrian and the whole crew here at KelTec. We really appreciate them giving us the opportunity to bring you lead heads all the latest and greatest from SHOT Show. And speaking of latest and greatest, we've got a gentleman here who is no stranger to the show. Is this your third time on? Second time?
The second time.
Second time on. We have Jeremy with Black Collar Arms joining us, Leadheads. Jeremy and I just not too long ago went on this nice little training trip to Gunsight together.
Always love getting to Gunsight.
And that was the first time we met in person, and you didn't really remind me that you'd been that you were that Jeremy, that you had been on the show before.
Oh, that Jeremy now.
Yeah, you're that Jeremy, Black Collar Arms Jeremy.
All right.
You know, so welcome in.
Thanks.
Welcome back, and get close to that.
Okay.
You can hear it in the headset when you talk.
Yeah. Oh, I hear it.
There it is.
I don't want people to hear me like chewing.
Are you chewing?
No.
Are you eating? It's lunchtime. We need to be chewing on something, eating something. But what we're going to chew on are these awesome new products that Jeremy and his crew at Black Collar Arms have designed and come up with. Exclusive release here at the SHOT Show.
Yeah, we'll just go for the exclusive thing that we haven't announced yet.
Yeah.
All right.
The one you haven't announced yet. Yeah. So, you want to start with the grip, or you want to start?
Sure.
I think we should do the grip and then save the other one for last.
Yeah, so this is, it's funny, it's a podcast, so I can't show people. I've never done that before, holding something in my hand and trying to like tell them what it is.
But here's the thing about that. So, ladies, if you're listening to this, go back to our Instagram, our social media page, because we did a video. So go back to our videos that we did Day One SHOT Show, and you'll see it.
Right, okay.
Or you can go to their website, which is
blackcollararms.com.
And you can see exactly what we're talking about. Pull it up right now.
Put you in a time and a place. This is an AR-15 grip. You may have seen one before. Ours is a vertical style grip like you would see on a precision rifle.
Yeah.
And it has that shape and palm swell and butt strap or back strap style that you would expect from precision grip. We've scaled it down a little bit so it's appropriate for use on an AR-15.
It's not as girthy as some of those other ones.
Exactly. We call it the Priapus Grip, so despite the name, it is not super girthy, but it fits in the hand very, very well. And other than kind of the size and the shape, I think it's a great looking grip. And it
is.
We've
I
had
like
a
it.
bunch of people just, grabbing it on the gun and different sized hands. It works for everyone. It's not so big that it doesn't work for 50% of the market. So we tried to make a good-looking, universal size, and I think we succeeded there. But sort of the thing that stands out is each side, the back strap, front strap, and both the left and right sides have this recessed field in them. And that's where you would normally see your texture, right?
Yeah.
But the recessed field is completely smooth. And what we are doing is selling the grip with a laser cut set of grip tape inserts.
Oh, nice.
And so you can choose when you buy the grip what color and texture grip tape you want.
Make it your own.
Exactly. And grip tape is available in like skateboard grip tape, every color you can imagine, and patterns. So there's camo, there's like comic book pattern. I mean, there's a lot to choose from.
Textures, everything.
Yeah, and if you don't want that skateboard style sand paper like grip tape it feels good in the hand, but it's aggressive. Like
it can be if you're gonna a long day at the range, several hours. It's gonna dig in if you're not wearing gloves.
It does not slip. And it doesn't slip if it's wet. I mean, it's fantastic, but we also do a rubber pebble texture, and that rubber is grippy, but it's really
not
comfortable.
as aggressive, yeah.
So what I do on my rifles, and I've done this on some carry pistols too, is put rubber on the left side where it touches my body. I have very tender love handles.
Oh yeah, you gotta watch those nipples.
Yes, exactly. But even on a rifle, if you're like hunting, you've got it slung and you're carrying it around for hours, that left side will wear against your clothes and stuff. So I do rubber on there, and then I do that skateboard texture on the other sections.
Nice.
Mix it up a little bit. It comes with one set, and then you can buy others if you want different colors and match to your rifle. We've done a similar thing on our magazine that we just announced last Friday, I think. Okay. And that is a AICS pattern short action footprint magazine for 223 or 300 blackout.
Sweet.
What makes it stand out, other than, and this is going to be kind of a recurring theme in some of our accessories, is having recessed fields for grip tape.
Okay.
The magazine, like I said, does that too. The thing that really makes it stand out is that it holds 15 rounds when everyone else's only holds 10, and we've actually made it smaller.
Okay.
So our engineer nailed that like double stack to single feed internal geometry, and it feeds 300 blackout on 223 and 350 Legend and anything like 223 base.
Okay.
Like a charm, and it holds 50% more than anyone else's.
There you go.
So
and what's that called?
That's the black box.
The black box.
Yep.
Okay. And that's available now on your website also?
That is on the website.
Okay. What are those running? What's the MSRP on the?
I think they're $49.95.
$49.
We haven't even priced the grip yet. Like we're not announcing it till tomorrow. Haven't figured that out. But it'll be in the same realm of most
anywhere from
AR-15
$1 to
rounds.
$300.
It will almost certainly be in that range. Yeah,
It'll be somewhere between there.
I would
Guarantee
put
it.
money on that.
Yeah.
Guarantee.
it.
I don't know. I mean, hopefully it's in the 35 or something.
Think around
I don't know.
$30, $40 price range.
It's
somewhere
what you
around
think
there.
it'll be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just go to their website, check it out. As you're hearing this, it will be available. It will be on there
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So
Which
as
is
you
what,
heads
the
are listening to this,
18th. Yeah, the 18th.
this don't come out till
So, I wasn't
maybe-
planning to announce this,
maybe
but
a month
lefty.
later.
Sure.
So good thing we did the live.
Yeah, definitely.
So the next big thing that you have to offer here, this is really innovative. We like innovation here on the Talking Lead podcast. And I love companies like Black Color Arms because you guys, you innovated the bolt action gun where you guys have chopped them down and made them a little shorty, compact, ready to go.
Doing that really minimalist modular chassis, just
really innovated the bolt action world.
backpack size bolt gun.
And now you're hitting us with this. So
This
I will let you talk about this little gem.
Yeah, man, I haven't been as excited for a new product in a long time. I mean, I just think this is like, next level cool, right?
This is next. This gets you to next level cool at an affordable price.
Yeah, I think so. I hope so. So we call
And
this
comfortability. It's very
a
comfortable.
lot of comfortability.
Yes.
We call it Desperado, kind of, from the movie, inspired by the movie, the guitar case full of guns, right?
Not the Eagles. Is it the Eagles that sings the Desperado? Who sings Desperado?
There's so many covers of
Glenn
that.
Frey.
I don't actually know who.
I think it's the Eagles.
original is.
I don't know. You lead heads know.
All right.
You're yelling at the mic right now.
Eagles.
It's like, it's the Eagles. Or it's not. I don't
So,
know.
and that's because it is guitar related. So, the Desperado system lets you use a guitar strap as a rifle sling.
Did you hear that? Say that again.
Desperado.
Get closer to let's make sure they hear this.
Desperado allows you to use a guitar strap as a rifle sling.
A guitar strap as a rifle sling. Has anybody ever thought of that before?
And it's quick detach, it's locking, and guitar straps are the most comfortable, coolest looking, best rifle slings I have ever used. And, I review guns for a publication on my side gig. I've used all the rifle slings. There's a lot of really fantastic ones.
Sure.
But guitar straps and the guitar strap locks, I mean, they're designed to hold like $30,000 guitars that are really heavy.
Priceless things, yeah.
For hours on end. They are made comfortable and good. They're length adjustable. Some of them have a super quick length adjust, exactly the same as what you see on tactical rifle slings. Like the nicest tactical rifle slings have that lever or ring or strap that you grab, and then you rip it forward and back to adjust the length.
That
and
you're
there's
paying
a
like
bunch of straps that
$200
have
for,
that. Exactly. Yeah, but man, so the first thing, I was at a concert and I watched this guy. It was Kingfish Ingram.
I've heard of Kingfish.
He's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
But he was switching his guitar strap between his guitars.
Right.
So he played like 6 different guitars, and he would unclick it from one and click it right onto the next. And I was like,
just like that, quick detach.
Yeah. It's like, what I wonder what kind of system guitars use, and how it compares.
You're
to
watching him do
rifles.
this, and you've got rifles in your mind.
Yeah.
You're like,
because
wait a minute.
I had already noticed, and I kind of go on like YouTube rabbit holes of watching covers of different songs.
Yeah.
And I see people like the straps are so cool.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
thousands of them. You can get custom ones made that they're cool. Guitar straps are good looking
and comfortable.
Right.
Because again, these guys are hours, on end at playing on stage, and
a lot of those guitars are really heavy.
Yeah, and expensive too, like you said.
So I mean, all sorts of, you can get like a 3.5-inch wide hand-tooled leather padded strap, all sorts of stuff. The sky's the limit. You go on Amazon, there's 3,000 plus guitar straps. So
I'm not seeing any drawbacks here. I don't know. I can't see any drawbacks of using a guitar strap.
I bought a guitar strap for $8.95 shipped. Really cool looking, and I was
$8.95, guys. Is that this one we're looking at?
This one, I think this one's like $15.
Like $15,
and the quality is good.
You buy
that
a
$9 shipped.
You buy a $15 rifle strap, and it's shit.
You're in the like Walmart,
You're chafing your shoulders and your nipples.
Sure,
and
it's just a piece of nylon.
Yeah, it's a piece of crap. You're basically just clicking it on?
So what showed up in my first thought was like, wow, this is really nice. The actual quality, it feels good. It's padded. This is legit. Just jerry rigged it onto a rifle and carried around on a Texas ranch hog hunting for hours. And I chose like a heavy gun.
Yeah.
Big optic, you know.
Just for the purpose of testing it out.
Man, it was awesome. It rocked. You know?
It rocked.
It rocked. No, but I was shocked. I was like, okay, so we knew it was a cool idea, but then after doing that and using them, so Chris and I, we went through a bunch of different straps and different rifles and carried it around, and we're like, oh my God, this is actually probably the best rifle slings we've ever used, and they're just cool as F.
Yeah, the next level coolness, and you can customize them to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What Desperado does is for guitar strap locks, standard strap locks from Fender, Schaller. There's a bunch of knockoff, random Chinese ones on Amazon that work fine.
Sure.
And we have them on our site to make it easy for y'all to, get the whole setup. We've got a couple of straps. We've got the guitar strap locks. They click onto a lug. And that lug is pretty simple. It's like a T-shaped lug.
Yeah.
And the lock has a pin. So some of them you just pull up on the pin, you put it over the lug, and you let go of the pin, and it drops into the lug, and it's locked.
It's just as easy as pushing the button on the QD.
Yeah, totally. It's easier to take off because you're actually pulling it away from the gun when you take it off, instead of pushing in and then trying. So it's less awkward. And these the Schaller locks that are on the strap in front of us, they actually, you don't have to do anything to click them on. You just hook it over the lug and you pull, and it clicks right in place.
Yeah.
So super simple, very secure. So the Desperado system is the lug part, and you put it on your gun. So we've got M-lock, Picatinny rail, QD socket, standard sling swivel stud, and a universal one which has a 1/4-inch hole on it. So if you want to use paracord or whatever, you can strap that to your gun anywhere that it's needed. So now you can run a guitar strap as a rifle sling on literally any firearm.
So you could switch from playing a concert and go right to running your rifle drills.
Yeah, it's all standard guitar stuff. So you can click it off your guitar and click it onto your rifle.
Click it on your rifle. I love that. So I see a video that you're going to be doing this, right? You're sitting there jamming, doing a jam session with your buds, and then everybody's going to detach their guitars and then hook up their.
Unfortunately, I have no musical talent whatsoever.
The music of editing.
Yeah, right. I'll just overlay some actual music.
Right.
Went to Guitar Center yesterday on the way back from taking some photos in the desert, and they had 250 guitar straps in stock, and we actually bought a used acoustic guitar for like $80.
Yeah.
And I put the standard guitar strap locks on that, so I do have that here in the hotel room, and I know a couple guys that play, so maybe we'll be able to show.
Well, Evan plays.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'll bring the guitar down here. We can click it off that and click it onto this new KelTec 410 Shotgun.
Maybe we'll do a little jam session, in between recordings.
That'd be really fun.
That would be fun, and then we'll show quick detach the guitar back to the gun. That would be cool. I know Chad's a musician too.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's a guitar player. He's not here, right? But he does play the drums. I know that.
Cool.
So maybe we get him to do a little percussion
while
Evan strums the guitar.
Yeah. So I don't know if there's going to be much crossover. I don't know how many musicians will be into this.
Dude,
and
you
have
probably get Slash and I don't know.
You got Uncle Ted, Post Malone, and
Uncle Ted definitely would be down with it.
Sure, he's actually he's like 40 minutes from my house.
Have you sent him one already?
No, we just announced this today.
Okay, so that's what you need to do.
I don't know him. You might be shocked, but I don't. Me and Ted, we're not.
You're not super.
I don't have his cell phone number or anything. But
I mean, he may or may not be here. I don't know if he's coming to SHOT Show or not.
Yeah, sure.
He may be NRA.
He
but
goes
if he
to
just
NRA.
lives down the road from him, you just throw one over his fence or hang it on his fence and say, from your buddy Jeremy, Black Collar Arms.
For sure.
Enjoy.
Yeah, we'll go hunting sometime.
Hell yeah. Dude, so
Ted, if you're listening, I'm sure you listen to Talking Lead.
Hit
me up.
Yeah, he's a leadhead.
Yeah. Should I give my phone number and Social Security on the podcast here?
Well, I mean, if you want all the leadheads getting in, but no, definitely. I love this. This is a great idea. I was telling you when we were talking off air there that there are some really good quality rifle slings out there, but you're going to pay out the freaking nose for those. And like you said, you can get one of these, like this one right here we're looking at right now, super soft, padded, stylish, looks good. It's got some skulls on it for you listeners. You can't see it.
Skulls and Roses.
Yeah, Skulls and Roses. I love that.
That's one of the ones that we actually have
affordable.
Available on our site.
And your adapters are affordable.
Yeah, they're like $20.
$20. So
not much
not
more
like
than a really
$60.
nice like a QD sling swivel stud.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, you do that front and rear. I mean, you can get a fantastic freaking guitar strap for like $15. We have guitar strap locks that we'll have on our site, and they're a relatively basic one. It's $9.99 for a pair of strap locks. You can go on Amazon. You can get the shallers that are on this one. Those are $25 shipped.
Yeah.
They're
I see
really
it progressing. Did you guys get into the strap making also?
We would like to have one custom made with our logo or something.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like you said, on Etsy, or there's 80 plus really well
But
established
knowing
custom
you, I
strap
guarantee
makers.
you'll figure out some cool thing to add to the guitar strap
Yeah.
to make it
You
even
know,
more next level coolness.
I think so. One kind of weird thing there, that quick adjust length, right? There's patents in the rifle market for that, for rifle slings.
Yeah.
The guitar straps also have it, but that's a completely separate thing. So they're not violating it because it's a separate industry or whatever. If we make, that'd be weird. So we'd have to like avoid that. I don't know, but
That's what attorneys are for.
yeah, even those
Pierce,
slings
if you're
with the quick
listening.
adjust, they're $35. So you can get into this system, have a fantastic, freaking rad looking, comfortable, awesome rifle sling, for $50.
$50, yeah, or less. And don't forget, it comes with this badass guitar pick.
Yeah, we had some custom picks made with the Desperado logo. The logo is like Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man with his hands up like he's about to wail on his guitar.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's got the guitar strap around his neck, but instead of a guitar hanging at his waist, it's one of our pork sword rifles.
Oh, I love that.
So we got t-shirts of that. I was
going to say, are you doing shirts with that?
Yeah, I love
gotta
that
have one of
logo
those.
so much. And
yeah.
when we made that logo, all of a sudden I was like, oh my gosh, there's finally something that I'd be willing to tattoo on myself, because I don't have any, and I've been
I don't
kind of
either.
curious, but I just, there was never anything that came along. I see
There's
that
nothing
logo,
I
I'm
felt
like,
strongly
that's
enough to have permanently put on my body.
it. Yeah,
I just haven't found it yet. But you found yours.
I found it. I think.
And
Yeah,
you're gonna
kinda
do it.
Combines the gun.
Where are you
thing
gonna put
with
it?
just- I think on my forearm, but
think
I
your
don't
forearm?
know. So there's two things with the tattoo. One is choosing like what you want on you for the rest of your life, and two is where.
Yeah.
And I still don't know.
That's
maybe,
like the number one is like
maybe your
where?
audience can help do like a
Shoulder,
poll.
maybe?
Where does
So
so
a shoulder?
back of the but then I'll never see it.
So you want to see it? You want to be able
I
to look
do.
down and admire it? So I mean, you're gonna have to go arm, or you're gonna have to go leg.
Yeah, my legs are hairy like the president's.
Like the president.
Remember that story where? Oh no,
What's
he was
that
like,
story?
"Oh, my blonde hair, it waves in the water. The kids like to rub my hair." No,
That was an actual
yeah,
Biden
oh, yeah,
story.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh! I mean, that is so preposterous and weird that it has to be true, right?
Yeah, it's the audio was out there, like him. It was part of the corn pop story by the pool.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh!
anyway,
That's hilarious.
yeah, sorry. So
So
but that's one
suggestions
thing.
for tattoo positioning for
Yeah,
Jeremy.
I
Send
was
them.
thinking Popeye style forearm, maybe
The forearm would be
shoulder,
good.
Side of the shoulder. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
then
figure
as
it out.
and from what I hear, once you get one,
Yeah.
then you're gonna do a whole sleeve, dude,
Okay.
and then you'll do your other sleeve, and it just never ends. You got to get pork sword on there somewhere
Yeah.
once you start.
When we launched the company, that the Pork Sword logo, Pork Sword Actual,
Yeah.
a dude tattooed it on himself, like before we even shipped anything, months
Are you
before.
serious?
Yeah, on his calf.
It just resonated with him.
Yeah.
He felt that strong about it. Did
Yeah,
he buy one?
Super nice guy. Yeah, we met him, we hung out. He's awesome.
Now, did you give him a discount because he got the tattoo?
Oh yeah,
He was
yeah,
like,
for
"All
sure.
right."
No, actually, he got the tattoo and he sent it to us, and we sent him like a fake cease and desist letter, like, copyright violation.
That's great.
But no, we
He's
thought
like
it was
shitting his
awesome.
pants. He's like, dude, this is an homage to you guys. You're suing me?
No,
Come
he
on.
knew we were kidding.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, this one is, I'm gonna tattoo it for sure.
So give them the website, social medias.
Yeah, it's the website's blackcollararms.com, and we're at Black Collar Arms on Instagram and such.
Very cool.
And Desperado right now is right at the top of the homepage.
So anything rifle-wise, chassis-wise, new coming on the horizon that you could talk about, or
Yeah.
tease maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Because this is the show for exclusives.
Apparently, jeez. Our folding stock, we're finally shipping that, so we're getting into rifles. We're doing 16-inch barrel rifle setups. They're still extremely compact with that folding stock. We make
nice.
lightweight stuff. We're working on our ground-up fresh firearm design called the MBA. It's a straight-pull bolt gun.
Ooh.
It is very cool. It's coming along. We got one or two more prototypes to make some final tweaks, just kind of refining the timing of the action, basically, at this point.
Are you doing any like social media posts during the T&E or anything, or are you keeping it all hush
We
hush?
will. It's still hush-hush because it's still a prototype.
Gotcha.
But we'll get there. One of the unique features of that is that it has incredible primary extraction, like for where you pop that case out of the chamber. I don't think there's any other straight pull that does that. There's very few bolt guns that really have good primary extraction, but this, when you rock the bolt knob, it levers the bolt out of the barrel, and it's cool.
Nice.
We're really excited.
Well, we look forward to seeing that. So when that gets closer, be sure to come on.
Yeah, you bet. If they come down, we'll do a hog hunt or something.
I would love to do that.
And then our chassis, we're doing more inlets. So we're going to do a 1022 inlet. We're going to do a Howa inlet. Right now, it's just Remington 700. So other guys with other guns, they'll be able to run our chassis.
Sweet.
Yeah, and our same handguards and far ends, the minimalist little rod, our same stocks. There's a Picatinny rail on the front and the rear, so it's super modular. You'll be able to put whatever you want on it.
You guys aren't sleeping very much, are you?
No, I sleep enough.
The canine show's in town by the Kennel Club. There's like 5 dogs just went by.
Nice. I always love the dogs.
Oh, I do too. They won't let you pet them.
Yeah.
I want to get down there and rub their ears. You're a good boy. Jeremy, I appreciate you coming on and sharing this with the lead heads. I know they do too, and I'm sure you're going to get a lot of orders.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
From our lead heads. So, guys, go check them out, blackcollararms.com, at blackcollararms on the grams.
Yeah, you got it.
Give them a like, give them a follow, let them know you heard them here on the Talking Lead podcast. More from the 2023 SHOT Show at the official Lequarters here at KelTec.
Awesome.
11238.
Thanks so much, y'all.
All right, lead heads, that does it for another episode of the Talking Lead podcast. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Remember, next episode, we've got the Pulitzer Prize winning, New York Times best-selling author Stephen Hunter on to talk about his new book, The Bullet Garden. But until then, as always, keep your loved ones close and keep those daggone firearms closer.